Welcome back to the Daily Doge. We're doing Dogecoin technical analysis. And here's the chart. We're on the 30-minute chart. I've been charting this 5 or 6 days a week for the past few weeks. You can check out my playlist for more of the videos. And I've also been giving tips on how to trade, although trade at your own risk. I'm not a financial advisor, and crypto, especially Dogecoin, is volatile. It's all up and down, and if you don't feel comfortable, you can still learn something without using any of your own money. So let's get into this technical analysis of the Elliott waves. And I have other videos about Elliott waves, and I also reference a book, Elliott Wave Principle, which is, you can probably find it used online. Alright, so see lots of three waves going on. If that was the top of that, not totally sure. However, this on the RSI did quite come up there a lot. And I was talking about this in the last video. That's why I had some things circled here. That would have been circled too. And the RSI is the relative strength index. And this chart I'm using is on TradingView. I'm not affiliated with anything. Let's see. So there's three wave structures. And I've been mapping this out. As you can tell down there, this was my buy zone. I did have it up there, corresponding with this Fibonacci retracement tool. And I had been buying it here. Now you don't copy what I'm doing, because I say the disclaimer in every video, but you might have different risk tolerance than me, and you're not going to be there every second that I'm making a trade. So it's a good idea to just study yourself. And like I said, you can paper trade without your money. Since we're in the middle of a correction, you're not really missing anything. Yeah, there are wild swings, but really, we're waiting until this correction is over. Then it's going to do another big wave up, like this huge wave right here. And I'll delete some of this. I was explaining them in other videos. Alright. So it already came down plenty far that it could have been over, but we're still seeing three waves, three waves, three waves. For example, let me change the color of this. But here's the correction. It's taking up the entire screen. And I see, there are subwaves like this. And I'll change the color of that to something else. There are also subwaves inside the subwaves, which are, they're fractals. They fit inside each other infinitely. So the closer you zoom in, you'll still see them. If you zoom out, you'll see a different pattern, but it'll repeat the same patterns. So we keep seeing 3 waves. Like this. It's easy to see them after they're finished, but sometimes in the middle of it, it's extremely confusing, especially the corrections. The impulsive waves are not so difficult because, yeah, they can vary, but they're often just an impulsive 5 waves up. But they can have extensions and truncations. All right, so that's pretty much what I see right here. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And as usual, if you're worried about this, you could have a no trade zone potentially between these 2 boxes. This up here could potentially be a buy zone, or a sell zone, excuse me. That's if it makes it up that far. Or down here could be the buy zone, potentially. Again, I'm not telling you what to do or recommending anything, but this is what I have drawn on here. And I was, buying the little dips in the RSI, which if you zoom in, when it goes down below here, those are potential buy signals, and then up here would be sell signals. Now it's not perfect. It's not perfect, and that's why I try to count the Elliott waves. And also you can trade on the moving averages. See this? Those rainbow of lines in between. These are the Fibonacci moving averages, depending on what time frame you're on. If you're on, oh, my alerts are going off. That's what the alerts sound like. So I have an alert set. That's a good time to talk about that. When see the alerts, those triangles right there and dotted lines, I set alerts on the RSI around 70 and 30. You don't have to do that, but then if it bumps above it, you'll get an alert. And you can edit those alerts right here. You can send an email if that's better. You can do it only once. You can do it once per bar, depending on if you want it annoying you constantly. I don't have it set on every time frame. That is time frame specific. And I have them set on the 3-minute too. That would probably be better for you, but again, don't just take random actions. You could just set them up and then see what it's like. It doesn't mean you have to buy or anything like that. But for me, I don't have any set up on the 5-minute or anything like that. So those are the only ones I have at the moment. And when it pokes above on the RSI, now that doesn't matter what price it is. That's just the relative strength index. So trading the 1 minute is probably not a good idea for a beginner. Here's the 3-minute. You can see where it went down below. Right there. Right here again. Right here. Right here it went down several times. Pretty much that. each time it poked down. So you don't necessarily buy on the first time it pokes down, especially on the shorter time frame. The longer the time frame, the less times it'll poke down for you to see the signal. So since I have alarms going off on the 1 minute, then sometimes I let the alarm go off a few times before I look at it, so that I don't get FOMO'd into taking random actions. Don't take any actions just because you feel hyped. You should make informed decisions. Of course, it's still risky, but for me, I like to see how precise I can predict, even if sometimes it's not accurate. The Elliott waves are not during a correction necessarily, but they're very good. So I'm just making these all pretty. Let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like if this helped you, and I'll see you in the next video. Have an amazing day on purpose, and trust nature, because Elliott waves are based on nature. You can use them to keep track not just of the stock market or crypto, but you can keep track of any kind of natural progression this way. Fascinating? Let me know what you think in the comments. Peace.